It is again. I guess it's this way again. I don't know how to. I, YouTube, man, you really need to have some kind of tutorial on how to go live because I wanted this to be uh, landscape, not portrait style. But here we are again. But all right, so really, this is not about my struggles with going live on YouTube. This is about a breaking news, basically, of oh, let me turn my car up here for a second. Breaking news that a doctor was arrested. I don't know the guy's name. I don't really know much about his name. I just heard about it right now on the radio as I was driving, that a doctor was just, every time I start a live, everything's cool, right? But once I start the live, that's when all the noises happen around you. It's so crazy. But so someone was arrested on the death of Mathew Perry, and it looks like that a doctor was arrested. Apparently, a doctor slash drug dealer. So one of those kind of doctors. But so I just heard that on the radio today, and thank God, man. Because to be honest, what the f, It's like, why would? I mean, does anybody? Nobody learns from anything. I mean, this somewhat happened to Michael Jackson, right? Like Michael Jackson's doctor, who was a legit doctor, but had to follow orders to keep Michael Jackson, well rested. And what is all this noise? Oh, of course, you gotta do, you gotta work on your building right now while I'm recording. People up here, where is it? Where's that building? It's right there. It's so weird. Oh, it's right here. They're right up in here. But anyway, yeah. Do people not learn? Like the Michael Jackson death that happened in 2009, a doctor that was giving Michael Jackson everything that he was asking for, and he overdoses. And that doctor should definitely be arrested, and I think should be made into an example, essentially, and quite possibly spend the rest of his life in jail. So make an example out of him, so this doesn't happen anymore. Now I'm not as clear on the Prince story. I think he also ended up getting over medicated as well and died that way too, right? I don't know. Anybody wants to chime in on what happened to Prince, but I think a similar thing happened to him. But yeah, the Michael Jackson thing got he was handed everything. They in fact, it was written in the contract that I think his name was Dr. Murray or something like that, had to listen to Michael Jackson, anything Michael Jackson wanted, and Michael Jackson kept asking for more and more doses of his what was called milk, with Profavol. But anyway, so the ketamine that was given to Mathew Perry by his doctor, obviously was just it's just outrageous, man. I don't know why people don't learn from this stuff. But anyway, a doctor has been arrested. I don't know his name. It's very breaking news. I just heard about it, so I don't know much beyond this. If you want to help, you guys want to help me out, anybody on the live stream want to help me out, just give me a thumbs up. It just really helps me get my videos out there. But yeah, so a doctor has been arrested. Now, if just to kind of clarify, Mathew Perry was found dead in the hot tub portion of his car. I'm looking at a car. Hot tub portion of his pool at his home in Hollywood. And first, it was an apparent drowning. They just kind of wrote it off as like, oh yeah, he was just drowning. Hi there. What is the topic? The topic is what I wrote it on the title. The topic is Mathew Perry We're talking about it. I'm talking about it right now. Matthew Perry died from an overdose of ketamine. Acute amount of ketamine. But anyway, he was found in the portion of his hot tub of his pool first. There was no foul play. They said, oh, no foul play, cool, whatever. And apparently this is what the LAPD does, is if there's no like strong evidence at the time, they'll just go straight to, oh, there was no foul play, which I think is kind of lame. But then there was an investigation into his amount of ketamine that he had in him, because he was, I don't know how many doctors Matthew Perry had. I think that he may have had a couple doctors. One was a doctor in quotes. Oh, cool. I got papes here. Have you ever wondered how many times you can twist your... Is that box before it falls off? Yeah, haha. Anyway, so in quotes, he had two doctors, and I think one doctor was just a supplier. But so someone was arrested. Now he was under the watchful eye of a doctor, apparently, and the amount of ketamine that he was getting was a regular dose of ketamine. But so somebody else was supplying him. Some other, like I said, doctor supplied him with too much ketamine. He ended up falling asleep and drowning. And now he did drown. I mean, so, but the cause of the drowning was the acute effect of ketamine, which ketamine makes you very, very relaxed. So, and he's not the first one that's died from being, from relaxing in a hot tub or a hot or a bathtub. And I will say to anybody, do not drink if you are going to be in water and relaxing, because there have other people have passed away from it. But anyway, good news from a very sad story. Matthew Perry was taken way too soon. Friends star Matthew Perry. So I just figured I'd jump on here real quick and just kind of shoot that out to everybody that indeed somebody has been arrested for Matthew Perry's death, which is it's about as good as we can ask for, Let's see. Let me get in my car here. I don't know if I could block people on here, because I know some trolls like to hop in on lives. Let me get out of this sun. This is kind of weird that half of my face is lit up here. Whoa, that's close up. Let me pull over here. I'm gonna just kind of read up. But yeah, if you guys are just tuning in, please hit that like button. And also, yes, Matthew Perry's doctor, one of Matthew Perry's doctors, don't know who he is. I don't know the full story just yet. Has been arrested for the death of, I mean, it's just really just giving him too much ketamine. Okay. Thanks for your response. Oh, yeah, no problem, man. Let's see. Yeah, let's be cool, people. I'm not here to be trolled. If you don't want to talk about the topic, just please go away. But yeah, it looks like hey there, what's the topic? All right, we're going to move a couple trolls here. You're a streamer, Tommy? That's cool, man. I'm not much of a streamer. I only do like stuff like this once in a while. I definitely am not a live channel. I'm more of a, you know, I like to edit my videos and whatnot. But do you have issue? Do you have an issue with doctor title? No, I don't have an issue with the doctor title. I don't. What do you? You're gonna have to. What do you mean an issue with the doctor title? So that's. I'm sorry. The text is really small. But anyway, no, I don't have an issue with the doctor title. I have an issue with somebody supplying somebody with too much ketamine. Uh, that leads to his death. That's what I have a problem with. I mean, there's no problem with doctors. Obviously, we need doctors. So let me clean this lens here a little bit. Um, but yeah, I have a problem with like Michael Jackson's doctor. Doctor, I want to say his name is Maury or Moray or something like that. I mean, the guy did the same thing, man. He gave Michael Jackson too much of, in his case, was propofol, which did Michael Jackson in. Gave Michael Jackson an overdose, essentially, which did, I mean, so yeah, no problems with doctors, just problems with shady doctors that don't know what they're doing and just they're over. I mean, in this case with Mathew Perry, heck yeah, man, throw the guy in jail, man. I mean, he was over subscribing, ketamine, and a normal amount of a normal amount of ketamine wouldn't have done this. When he died, like I said, it was first noted as a drowning, apparent drowning, and there was no. And this is LAPD. LAPD always comes out with, oh yeah, there was no foul play. And apparently I've been living in LA County now for about 4 years, and I heard other people say that, and don't quote me on this. I mean, don't hold me to this because I'm not 100% sure on this. This is just something hearsay what I'm going to say right now. So I'm not telling you factual things, but somebody told me that the LAPD will oftentimes immediately call something no foul play. And then as things are looked into, further looked into, they will come to the conclusion that it was foul play, such as Mathew Perry's incident. Instantly, they said there was no foul play. He just drowned in his pool. There was no like, and I don't know if they did this before the autopsy or after the autopsy. I don't know if they said no foul play before that. I think it's kind of dumb to say that there's no foul play before the autopsy. But yeah, I mean, so I that's just what I've heard, that the LAPD will immediately say that. I don't know if that's true. Don't hold it against me if it's not. But in this case, they did come out and say it was no foul play. They said he just drowned in his hot tub portion of his pool. Then it was left at that. And then probably about a month later, they came out with, oh, he had an extra amount of ketamine in his system, which made him fall asleep, and then he drowned. Drowning was the second, I guess, reason why he died. But for a while there, that was his first. They had it as the first reason why he passed away. But after they found this out, I actually made a video on it. I said that now Mathew Perry's death is under investigation. Nobody watched it, but I made it. If you want to go check that out on my channel, yes, I am. I am promoting my own video right now, shamelessly. But I did come out with a video that said, and I talked about how his death is now under investigation. And here we are now. And I think I came out with that video probably, I want to say about 2 or 3 weeks ago. Excuse me, I got scratchy, itch my back. But yeah, so I think that whole news report of his death being under investigation was around 3 weeks ago. I made a video on it, and here we are. Anyway, now that they have found the doctor, I don't know his name. I just heard it on the radio. I was driving, and boom, I was like, "A doctor has been arrested for the death of Matthew Perry," and I'm like, "What? Nice." And that's good news. I hope that they, like I said earlier, just to kind of repeat myself, I don't know if there's new people on here now or what, but I hope they make an example out of this guy, because we have had 3 stars, starting with Michael Jackson, dying from, is it malpractice? I don't know what you would call it, but just bad decisions of a doctor. And yeah, I mean, Michael Jackson overdosed on propofol. Doctor's problem. That was a doctor's problem, not Michael's. Well, I mean, Michael was asking for it, but the doctor should know to say no. Like, no, that's too much. But, and then Prince, which I will admit that I don't know as much about Prince's death, but I think he died in a similar way as Michael Jackson and Matthew Perry, by an overdose of drugs. And now we have Matthew Perry. Now, Dr. Morey, I think that's his name, from Michael Jackson, did serve time in prison. But to be honest, I don't think it was enough time. It was only 2 years. Now, he got his license taken away from him too, because, oh my God, man, you don't give somebody propofol that at the dose that he was giving him. So yeah, he lost his license for that, and that's great. But he didn't stay. He was like in prison for 2 years, and I don't even know if it was 2 years. If anybody can remember that, but I can only hope that they can make an example here of these doctors so they can stop doing this. Just because somebody's a star doesn't mean then you can just ignore the fact that this drug is deadly. And when the doctor's handing him tons of ketamine, now I'm talking about Matthew Perry, and then he drowns in a hot tub portion of his pool, make an example out of this guy. I mean, make sure that this doesn't happen again. But anyway, I don't know if there's much more I can say about this. If anybody has kind of blocked a few of the people, they're just kind of Tommy, what kind of streams do you do? Are you still there? Yeah, but if anybody, I can't look it up on my phone. I just instantly, once I heard that a doctor was arrested, I just jumped on my phone. So if anybody has a name of the doctor that was arrested, if they can put it in the chat or something, that'd be awesome. I wish I could do it, but I would have to end the stream to go look it up. But like I said, it's breaking news. It just happened not that long ago that somebody was arrested, probably about an hour or 2 hours now ago. So, and I was driving, I was doing my thing. And once I heard that on the radio, I was like, oh, thank God. I mean, that's like the best thing that could happen, is that the person that was supplying Matthew Perry with all this ketamine has been brought to justice. I think, I hope, I mean, and apparently I did read a little bit on an article, and it said that he was his doctor drug dealer. I don't know that much about this guy. I don't know if Matthew Perry, like I said earlier, I don't know if he had 2 doctors. I mean, And also, I mean, ketamine is something that is prescribed to people who have depression. Also, maybe having some issues with sleeping. And I think, I don't know, I could be wrong on this, but ketamine also helps out with people with substance abuse, like alcohol and stuff like that. Um, and now Matthew Perry was struggling with alcoholism. I think he was clean. I think he was clean. He was, as in, I think he was clean for over a year. Um, but you know, as an, I don't know. I've never struggled with alcoholism. I've seen people in my own life struggle with it, and it's not something. It's not easy. It's like one of the most uh, difficult things that you could wean off. It really is, because one thing, for one, if you're a heavy drinker drinking heavy alcohol, and this is getting a little deep here, but if you were to quit like cold turkey, you could die. So that's why alcohol is such a difficult uh, drug to get off of. And if you're addicted to it, you have to come off of it slowly. And you got it. Sometimes you need doctors' assistance, and that's where Matthew Perry was. I mean, he had heavy alcohol issues. So the ketamine was there to help him out. You know, ketamine was, but too much ketamine is not good. I mean, too much ketamine is going to, it's especially if you're in a hot tub. And I said this earlier. There's been other stars that have drowned, because they're relaxing in their bath at their home, and they're drinking wine and they fall asleep and drown. So this is, something that could happen. Um, so ketamine and a hot tub is not something, like, if unless maybe you're there with somebody. I don't think if you're taking ketamine, you should be in any kind of water at all, because that's obviously dangerous. I mean, we've learned that. But yeah, so and the acute amount of ketamine, he had, like I said, he had more in his system than you should anyway, and just in any kind of regular, just life situation, you shouldn't have that much ketamine. But I'm just glad that somebody was brought to justice. Um, Once again, please hit that like button, just to help me out if you're watching. Um, Kind of help me get this video out a little more. I'd appreciate it. But yeah, if anybody else has any other kind of information, please also jump in on the comment section. Otherwise, I think this is pretty much it. There's not really much more to say. I mean, I'm glad somebody was brought to justice. I don't know how much time he's gonna get. I don't even think the trial has even started yet. It was just, I guess they found out about this doctor through some phone contacts, like his contact. I guess there was some heavy contact between Matthew Perry and whatever this guy's name is, whatever the doctor's name is. And that's how they came to the conclusion that this guy, doctor dealer, drug dealer guy, was the person. So yeah, so he has been brought in. I think he's been arrested. Oh, he has been arrested. Not I think. He has been arrested. So I mean, now it's just all about going to trial. I'll probably keep up on it. I don't think I'm going to make edited videos about this, but as as this goes, though, I do want to keep up on it and do some lives like this because I don't know, the Matthew Perry thing hit hard. It hit hard for especially I think Gen Xers. It hit hard, you know, and that's why I'm so into this, and I think a lot of millennials too. Obviously, I mean, um, especially older millennials who watch the show Friends. It probably hit you hard, like it hit me. I was like, this was one of those deaths that actually brought me to tears, just like you know a few others that passed away just recently. But um, yeah, I mean, if you're a Gen Xer, you definitely hit you harder, I think, than than most other generations. But all right, if nobody else has anything to say, I think that's about all I have to say about this. I appreciate everybody showing up that showed up, even if it's for a second. Um, and if you're still on the live, if you could just please hit that like button, even if you're just watching for a second, just to help me out a little bit. And I'll bring, like I said, I'll bring more news as it goes. And I really hope that I hope this guy. I hope that if not life, I hope this guy gets a lot of time. I hope he's made to be the example of doctors giving stars just way too much of the doses of anything, you know, because that needs to stop, man. That needs to stop. All these unnecessary deaths. I mean, Michael Jackson obviously was the huge thing in 2009, and then Prince, and then now Matthew Perry, and there's probably more people out there that have passed away from this similar type of thing that I just can't remember right now. But anyway, I feel like I'm just rambling now, guys. If anybody has anything else to say, if not, I'm going to call this. Also, if you can, please, I beg you, hit that like button just to kind of help out the kind of get this video out there. And if anybody has anything else to say about this, like, keep it to this topic. I don't really want to talk about anything else. Please chime in if you guys know anything else. I mean, the only thing I know is doctor has been arrested for the death of Matthew Perry, which is awesome. So if nobody else has anything to say, I'm going to say adios, and I'll see you guys in another video at another time. All right, guys. Take care. And go check out my videos. And I'll check you guys out later. Bye-bye. Let's see. I got to hit the X and then okay. Bye.